That's what they do. Or, alhamdulillah, I had iftar, and there's a big picture of the iftar on there. If you go and see what's on Facebook, they're aware about what's going on Facebook. People know. If you got 500 friends, you're aware of what your friends are, but you're not aware of what's happening to your brothers and sisters in the Muslim world. Even though Facebook, alhamdulillah, can be good for dawah, most of the people use it and are aware of only of what other people are getting up to. I woke up, I don't want to go to school. They write that. School's boring, innit? I got homework. I woke up. I'm on Facebook. Is anyone there? This is what they're doing. This is how boring, and this is what they're aware about. Everything on Facebook. And so if someone gave them probably Islamic stuff, they probably say, I'm going to delete that friend. Keep them off my record, man. I don't want to be aware of anything. They choose not to be aware because they want to be aware of what they interest them. So I'm getting emotional. EastEnders, they're aware about this baby dying, this guy jumping off a building, or whatever happening. They know everything about them. They'll go on iPlayer and watch it if they missed it. Some people will rush home. I know people will go home and watch Simpsons at 6 o'clock. Then they wait until 7:30 for EastEnders. And then if they miss it in their word, they go on iPlayer or BBC Free or watch it later on as well. They know what's happening in EastEnders. Like in military style, they will tell you the intimate details of who done what. Who killed that guy, man, that Archie, whatever his name is. They know about that. They know about this guy. They know about Apprentice, man. They don't know about the Muslim Ummah. They know about how this guy, you know, who won the Apprentice, why he won it, how come he's got it. This is it. Think about it. Everything we do, people are aware of what they want to know. Let me ask you a question. How many of you are aware of what goes on in your own house? If you ain't, I'll be worried. How many of you in this room know what's going on in your house? What your brothers are doing? What your mom's up to? What your dad's up to? What your sister? Give me a show of hands. Guaranteed most of us will know. We will know what's going on in our house. We'll probably have spies out there. I was saying, for one to for two. I just saw your brother going into the chicken shop with some girl. And then you go, well, tell me, brother, what does it look like? What's it look like? You will know what's going on in your family because you're aware. You want to be aware because you want to look after their interests. You want to make sure that they're happy. You want to make sure they're safe. They're not up to no good. They're not going to destroy their career. And you make sure that you're aware by keeping yourself informed about everything that they do. But when it comes to the Muslim Ummah, sadly, we don't know what's happening to our Ummah. And we're not aware. So finish here, yeah? We're aware of this guy, yeah? Top Gear. Stig, yeah? We're aware of what happened in Top Gear, where they went to Palestine, they go to America, they do these funny shows. We know everything that goes on about this program, but we're not aware of our Muslim brothers anywhere around the Muslim world. So, coming on to why we're not, so that's the reason why we're not aware, because we choose not to be aware. So Allah, how many of us knew about the Rohingya Muslims? We didn't know nothing until we have to research, we have to find out, we have to talk about them. Because if we get involved and in discussions about other stuff, then we don't become aware of what's going on in our own community. Like we should be aware of what's happening in our family, we should be aware of what's happening in our Ummah. Our Ummah is our Ummah. It's a one brotherhood. This is where everything goes on. We should be aware of what's happening in every place, 4 corners around the world. How many of you are aware of what's happening here? Philippines. Anyone? No? Anyone? What's happening in the Philippines to the Muslims there? Why are you not aware of what's happening to the Philippine Muslims? Rohingya Muslims is one part of it. As I said, I won't address issues that we know about, Chechnya, Afghanistan. But why aren't we aware of Rohingya Philippine Muslims? Because we choose to ignore them. Are we choosing to ignore them? Do we even care about them? In the country they are facing, they're always the military are looking for them, chasing them through the jungles, killing them because they want their own state in Philippines. The army with American funding, American weapons are oppressing, the Philippine government is oppressing the Philippine Muslims. What country is next? How many of you are aware of the Thailand Muslims? Thai Muslims, how many of you are aware about them? Think Thailand, nice place to go on holiday. Look at that, a gun and some sisters in hijab. That's the Thai Muslims the way we have. They're part of the country where they are situated under lockdown. Most of the time the army is always there. They've been oppressed. This is what happens to our sisters and brothers in Thailand. There's many kidnappings, extrajudicial killings. How many of you know about the Chinese Muslims? What's going on there? SubhanAllah, what's going on? What's happening to our brothers and sisters in China? Why are they being oppressed? Why are they being killed? How come we don't know about the Muslims there? What are we aware of? As I said, we are aware of what we want to be aware about. Facebook, this, that, whatever interests us. But we should be aware of everything. In this room, brothers should go away thinking about, why am I not aware of them? At least this talk should make you aware of what's happening to these Muslims. You should go and do your research. Spend some time, quality time, looking into the affairs of the Ummah. But this is your Ummah. This is your Ummah. No one else's Ummah. You need to know about them. How many of you are aware? Okay, this picture is from, how many of you are aware of this? Sri Lanka Muslims. You didn't know many people didn't even know there's Muslims in Sri Lanka. But this is a picture that was taken at a point of when a bomb exploded at a Muslim rally. So look at that image. The brother, obviously he's leading the demonstration, and behind him the bomb explodes. This is the Sri Lankan government oppresses not only the Tamil Tigers, but the Muslims that live in Sri Lanka. You need to be aware about the issues. Why is the Tamils and the Muslims being oppressed by the Sinhalese government? We need to know about them. If we don't know about our Ummah, then we won't do nothing. So what? Becoming aware doesn't mean, okay, alhamdulillah, I'm aware of what the Rohingyas up to. I know what they're going through. Is that enough? For us, it's not enough just to know about them. Just to go home today, alhamdulillah, I know about this Chinese Muslims, I know about the Thai Muslims, I know about the Rohingya Muslims. It's not enough for us to do this. We need to go and discuss with people. We need to make it an issue. Talk about it. Let other people know about it. And we need to work to make sure that the oppression and the occupation of these countries or these people are resolved. And I finish by making you think. It's because we've obviously done a lot of talking. I've done a lot of talking. I tried to do some role play, but it might not work. But you know, I'm getting better at it. So, but I'm going to make you think. The Rohingya Muslims is a small part of what the Muslims go through. Of a small minority of Muslims that are oppressed. Very small minority. The Chinese Muslims are out there. We need to go home and think about, why are we not aware? That's the question that should be going through your mind. I'm a Muslim. I believe in La ilaha illallah. Why am I not aware? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, obviously said in the Quran, Kuntum khair ummatun. This is the best nation raised. The best nation raised. Are we acting like the best nation raised? If we're not even caring about what's going on. It's no good caring about your family and what they're going through and how safe they are. Because Allah will ask you about that. You lot did a series. Remember, you lot did a series, the 7 shades, on the day when there will be no shade. What was one of the people that will get that shade? Anyone? What was one of the people that was categorized? One of them was the one who was oppressed. That person on that day will have shade. But what will our call be? What will our answer be to Allah? Oh Allah, I didn't know about the Rohingya Muslims, but I was busy on Facebook chatting rubbish. I didn't know about what's happening, but I was watching football or knowing this. But we need to understand that everything that we do, this is the ummah that we have. We are one ummah. As you know the hadith that when one part of the ummah feels the pain, other part feels it as well. But if without this, we're not Muslims. We're just Muslim by name. Thinking about it, we need to be strong. We need to think about our ummah day in, day out. When we wake up, before we go to sleep, we need to think about it. Go away thinking about this ummah as well. I don't know if this is someone's caption, but I tried looking for making sure it's not my caption, but I made a caption in it. So I don't know sure if someone's copyrighted it, but this is it. The aware Muslim is a smart Muslim. Because he wakes up being aware of what's going on. He's ready for that, everything that's going to go happen. Any situation he faces, he can discuss it. You need to be ready. You got to start reading. You got to start looking on the web. You got to start actually opening a newspaper and reading about what's happening in your ummah. But if you're not aware of what's happening, then this is it. You're just walking around aimlessly. The aware Muslim is a smart Muslim because he knows everything about the ummah. Wherever he goes, someone raises the issue of Sri Lanka Muslims, he can say what's going on and what's the solution. He goes to the Rohingya Muslims, you can go and start discussion about that and people will know about it.